Awesome, dudes. Y'all, I'm so ready. Eric, I'm so ready for this. We have been thrashing behind the scenes there, trying to get the last few pieces of this puzzle together. Well, guys, welcome to the Dragon Drive News for October 28th, 2023. I cannot believe it, dude. We are at the end of the 2023 season. This
Yes, we
episode
are.
this episode today we're going to talk about the last few events. We got five events. We keep adding these things every week, I think. We talked about five on Wednesday. I think we've even added one since then, so we'll get a look at those events. We're going to talk about Death Week and the changes. One racer went from third to 52nd place at Death Week. Absolutely insane. We're going to feature Dustin Cottle and Don Cottle of the Unlovable Truck in the Sweet Patina built for Dragon Drive segment. And then we're going to have the Howard's Cams comedy segment where we're going to put in some hilarious memes that Eric found this week. This is going to be a good show. Eric, get us started and then we'll jump into it.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, man, I've got something in my throat. I apologize about that. Good morning. My name is Mike Narks. I am the host of the Dragon Drive Show, which is on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, the host of the Dragon Drive News, which you're watching now. Obviously, I'm a Dragon Drive, I would say, statistician. That's kind of what people have dubbed me, I guess, just because I like being a little nerdy on Excel stuff. But I'm also a promoter and announcer. And my co host over here is Mr. Eric White. So, why don't you introduce yourself? Say what's going on.
I am Eric White. I am the co host for both Dragon Drive News and Dragon Drive Show. When I'm not helping with Dragon Drive Addiction, I'm running my own channel, which is 815 LSX Swaps. And again, for 5 weeks now, I am a rising creator on Facebook.
Dude, it's so man, you have earned that. I say that every week, but dude, you've really put in a ton of work, and I know I appreciate that, and I'm sure the Dragon Drive community appreciates that. And you are a digital creator on Facebook, so they can go and follow your profile and see what all you put over there. So please do that. Make sure you're following Eric White and all of us here at the Dragon Drive community, Dragon Drive Addiction setup. You guys want to start the show by saying thank you to our race car friends, the folks that are out there that make this all possible and support us with likes and shares and comments. We appreciate you guys, and of course our sponsors: Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Howard's Cam, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Guys, couldn't do it without them. Well, dude, let's get started. Let's talk about what should we talk about first this week. I think we should probably talk about the elephant in the room, Death Week. They are on day 7 of the event. We are now entering uncharted territory.
Yeah.
We've never had events go this long. We've had some 7-day events. Obviously, Rocky Mountain is typically a 7-day event, but these guys still have 2 days of racing left. So it's going to be 9 days. They're going to be racing today and tomorrow to set up their 5-day average for their racing, or maybe 4 days. I don't know. I can't remember. It's so many, but I don't know if you guys have been following along with the shenanigans and fun that these folks are having. People are getting pulled over. Danny Fatka suggested maybe a an award for the person who gets the most expensive ticket or the most number of tickets, because those guys have certainly done it. I saw something from Phil Balmaceda in the filthy ZR1 said his ticket was like $320, and I think David Williams' ticket was like $280. I mean, these guys
Oh,
are
wow.
they're struggling out there for sure. Well, we know Bailey got the engine back in the Durango. We know he met everybody at NHRA last night. I think he said. I say we know. I don't know if I saw the picture from him. I was up late working on our 2024 proposal for sponsors, so I didn't look at any Facebook stuff until this morning. But our man Rich Guido out here. This photo to me is one of the coolest ones of the trip. 65 GTO on the Las Vegas Strip. Y'all, This car is so cool. You know, we love Rich. He's been on the show a couple different times. He has his own podcast, but just look at that shot.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this could almost be 1965 right here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what's so cool about these older cars on these drives, especially where they're at right now, is like there's a lot of history that's out there. And that car obviously has a lot of history. I think this is Rich's fifth National Drag and Drive event to do this year. Absolutely insane. Chris Hine in the 32 or 33 coupe right on the strip. These are pulled right from the Death Week Facebook page. So if you're not following them, make sure you get over there and do that. This is a really cool shot as well with the backdrop with the signs and stuff there. And then I don't know who this is, but I dig the burnout right there on the strip. I know that was probably some shenanigans going on last night a lot. And I'm sure people on the strip were losing their mind because of the cool cars that weren't just, I would think you see a lot of typical Lamborghinis and Ferraris because of the rental car companies out there. But like now you're seeing hot rods making noise on the strip, which probably isn't something they see very often.
Right. This one says, I think this was Rich. His clutch foot slipped on the strip.
Yeah, yeah, that's the next shot we got here. Graham Smith got a great video of Rich doing a burnout right on the strip. This is a really cool shot, and I'm telling you, the video is fun to watch. You can go follow Richard Guido on Facebook and see the full video there. And then yeah, he says having our 81-year-old dad with him does make it extra cool. Yep, that's pretty neat. I'm telling you, I wish my dad was still here. He would absolutely love the drag and drive community. And I mean, we drag him around to all these with us as well. So,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more photos. These were the photos that I was looking forward to for the whole event, and
yeah,
so far the three that Death Week posted did not disappoint. There are some pretty awesome photos.
that's right. And I know that I physically spoke with Jesse Fox on the phone yesterday. He said him and Chris were out running, they were setting up some rolling shot pictures of the strip and things like that to go on. So that's cool. And then they were doing a whole bunch of other stuff. So I cannot wait to see Chris Story's photos come from this and Jesse Fox at 3G Video. Can't wait for them. I've got Jesse working on something special for me today. So that'll be kind of cool to see some of the stuff that he comes up with from that. So, all right. Anything? Oh, yeah. Let's talk about one other thing with Death Week. We talked about the racer that fell from third to 52nd. That's Ken Riddle in the green Dodge Dart. Absolutely crazy. Turned in a 22nd ET yesterday. It looks like he's been working on that car a little bit the last 2 days, which again is normal for this because of the heat. And we're late in the season, and we're 1,300 miles into this trip. 1,300 miles into this trip.
Right.
So that's not abnormal for somebody to be working on that. But to fall from third to 52nd is pretty intense. I mean,
Yeah.
to be in third place, he had a 5 second average, turns into 20, and that's. I mean, I think most of these cars are pretty fast. There's some slower stuff, some 10-second, eighth mile stuff, but the rest of the stuff's pretty quick. I mean, we've got 5 cars in the fives as their averages after 3 days, which is pretty impressive. And then Dustin Cottle has now moved into fourth place and is only back by 0.04 second average. So
Got a chance.
I mean, he really does. Let me pull it up here because I was looking at. He is behind Don McKinley in the '67 silver Camaro. Don has a 593 and Dustin has a 597 average. So Dustin's the last 4 second average out there. So there are now 4 cars in the fives. I didn't say that right for Dustin. He's in the 597. So there's 4 cars in the fives. And then Jeffrey Mall, who we met on Drag Week with the 4-door Nova, he is in fifth place with the first 6.0 average. And then Rich Guido in sixth with the 630 average as well. So pretty cool stuff. I really wish now I had made that trip, but
Oh, yeah. It's 10 days is so much. And
well,
that
and then
doesn't even
get
include
there. Yeah,
getting there and getting back. So you're talking 10, 12 plus days.
yeah, it's pretty intense, and I'm excited to see what the Mag team does with the Route 66 and their big trip next year. Because I would think they're probably going to do these longer adventures for those fall events. So they're moving somewhere on Route 66. Maybe they'll be out there again next year. We hadn't heard anything from there. So all right. that is your Death Week update and ramblings. And then let's move on to events that are still happening this year. The new event, New Zealand Dragon Drive, is happening next weekend, November 4th and 5th. Again, this is at the only drag strip in New Zealand. You'll meet there. It's $10 to participate in this event,
That's so cheap.
dude. And you pay the track, and then you pay the promoters of this style here $10 because they're going to tag team on some test and tune, which we've seen a lot of this year. This is I like this concept, but I'm telling you, $10 isn't enough. You can't cover t-shirts and stuff like that for folks for $10 an entry. So those guys need to raise that price a little bit and cover a little more. But from what I understand, this is their first real attempt at this. They actually, did one themselves and kind of planned the route, made the passes, things like that, and then through put not through this together, put this together. So exciting there. Southeast Street and Eat, which I will be at, which also Chris Story and Jesse Fox are going to be in attendance. This is November 9th through 12th in Shelby, North Carolina at Shady Side Dragway starting. Now we're going to hit uh, three other tracks, and or four other tracks, and we're going to do two tracks in one day on Friday. So it's a race in the morning and then a race in the evening. So I'm really excited about the Friday race of that. And there are some heavy hitters for the world champion. If you want to see more of that stuff, world champion points and standings, go back to our Wednesday show or lead up to our Wednesday show this week because we're going to dive in a little bit of that too. And then also, this is the last event eligible for world champion points. So if you haven't signed up and you want to, I doubt they would turn anybody away, even though they say that registration is closed. I don't know why you would turn anybody away. So I'm excited to go out there. This is going to be a fun event. I've never been to Street and Eat, so this is going to be a good one. And this is their last time to host two events in 1 year. They're going to go to a fall only event for 2024. So pretty cool. And then King of the Open Road is next weekend. Again, I'm trying to maybe talk my wife into running to Texas for this one. This is going to be at the Texas Motorplex. It's put on by Jared Holt and the Cruising Oklahoma team. Scott Thompson here makes a comment, says you can still get in to Street and Eat if you want. Yep. So I would think they have said registration is closed, but again, why would you turn anybody away? And I know they did that so they can make sure they have the right amount of shirts and the right amount of trophies and all that kind of stuff for different classes. So King of the Open Road, 200-mile, 250-mile drive around, I would say, northern Texas at that point, from Texas Motorplex out and around. Come back, roll racing on Saturday, and then full drag race eliminations on Sunday. So this will be a cool event. I hope we can make it work, and then go down there, see Phil and all those guys again. Dustin Cottle's going to be down at this event as well, which gives him, we'll go over that in a minute. He is our feature for the Sweet Patina this week, and that's going to be his, well, we'll talk about it in a minute. And then we've got the Road Trip Drag Challenge in Australia, November 17th through 19th at Warwick Dragway. He actually messaged me, Mick Apps, the other day. He's been on the show before. He messaged me the other day talking to, saying, hey, thanks for mentioning the event in the show, all that kind of stuff. But he said they're going to have a blast at this one. He said, this is the blowout party right here. So if you haven't signed up for this and you live in Australia, somewhere near Warwick Dragway, sign up for this. This really is a cool event. They race, one part of the team, one part of the participants race on Saturday morning or on Friday morning, the other half drives, and it just flip flops all weekend. They have a huge party on Saturday night for everyone. So we're taking a lot of cues from that event and moving it into the circuit 2024, and we're gonna have a good time. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. What's Scott Thompson saying here?
We have a taco truck party with frozen margaritas and axe throwing competition at Street and Eat also.
That's yeah. See, these are my kind of people. I think we're seeing a lot more of that, like where events are really starting to do more for the racers and have more fun and things like that. So,
Yeah.
and the second consecutive Australia event or second, I don't know, they're going on at the same time. Whatever that special word would be. Central Victoria Drag and Drive, Australia, Mildura Dragway. But then on Sunday, they actually race at an airport, which I thought was pretty cool. So I want to see how this works out. It shows here they have prize money. They have DYO classes for 650 to 750, 750 to 850, 850 to 950 for DYO stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. And then whatever other classes they would have. I think this is the second year for them or the second event this year. I remember that from earlier this year,
Yeah.
um, us talking about it. So I, I would think it's probably their second one for this year, maybe.
Yeah,
So
we'll
pretty
have to
cool.
follow up on that one once it's over
Yeah.
and kind of see how that event went.
Yep. Yep. And it's again November 17th through 19th. So Australia's coming in, man. That's like 5 or 6 events in Australia this year that they will have hosted. 3 for the road trip drag challenge, 2 for this, and then obviously the street machine, their big one, the street machine drag challenge. So what's that? That's
So
5 events, 6 events right there. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And I'm telling you, those guys are as much of car people as we are, probably more, and they've got some really cool cars. So I think I probably need to update my passport. I think maybe an Australia trip is in the cards for the next couple of years. So we'll see.
I just updated mine, like
Perfect.
literally just in the last few weeks.
So what we're saying is, if there's an event in Australia that would like drag and drive addiction there, please let us know. We'll let's talk about some things. So, anyways, that's exciting. That's our event coverage for the week. That is a there's so many events. This actually makes 34 events for 2023. It
That's
it
wild.
it is insane, and actually, it may make 35 because I haven't heard or seen anything about the Cruising the Coast drag and drive event, their drag and drive class or whatever. So I know there was a cruise and drag or something like that, and maybe that's what it was set up as. Again, I forgot to look into that into more detail. So I need to take a look at that and see what the stipulation was. Because if it fits, I mean, dang, that's insane. Drag and drive is taking over the world because people want to enjoy their cars.
Yes, they
They
want to
want to get
drive,
out. Yep.
they want to hang out, have fun. You're starting to see more of the parties and the gathering, and that makes
Mhm.
it a lot more fun. And I think it's really getting the interest of a lot of people.
Yep. Yep. And I want to talk about the circuit real quick before we move on. The circuit 2024, guys, things are beginning to roll here. Syndicate Race Media has signed up to do the first broke trophy again. We're going to do it a little different this year. They're not going to build the trophy because they're building the Ranger to compete, and he's going to have it there this year. Torque Storm supercharged Ford Ranger. This ought to be pretty awesome. He was going to have it last year, broke it right before the event. They're coming back. So we're having Kinsey Pierce of Tina Pierce Racing, Tina and Dave's daughter, build a custom trophy for the first broke. I'm excited as all get out about that. That's going to be so awesome. And the first broke winner is going to get their entry fee back. That's one of the biggest things that we do at the circuit is we try and figure out how to get your entry fee back so then you can take that and either reinvest it in your car, one, because you broke it for the first broke, or two, because if you win some other specialty trophy or something like that, then you can pay for the next event, later in the year. You can pay for, King of the Open Road. You can pay for, well, anyways, you can pay for a lot of regional events. But speaking of other regional events, Heads Up Hustle has also signed up. John Paul Franks and I talked yesterday, and he is going to provide free entry into Heads Up Hustle in June or August for his dates for the fastest car on the property for the circuit 2024. So that's
Very
pretty
cool.
cool. So, he wants the fastest car there to make the trip up towards Detroit or wherever he ends up with his event for 2024 for Heads Up Hustle. So pretty cool setup. I'm excited about it. I want to say thanks to him for doing that as well. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Any other stuff we need to talk about for events?
No, it's just we keep thinking that we've got 3, 4, and then another one pops in. So
Yep.
it's exciting to see that we're so far into the season and there's still 5 races left. And don't forget the next one, the next slide.
Yeah.
That's the next slide is another one of my favorites.
Yes. Yes. I'm excited about this one. Guys, the first ever Drag and Drive Award show. First ever time that Drag and Drive racers will be rewarded publicly in front of the entire PRI and the world. I'm so excited for Summit Racing to come on and be a part of this. Molly Motorsports is a part of this. We're excited to have companies behind this that are also providing a lot of stuff for the first ever Drag and Drive World Champion. I mean, this is going to be a game changer. We thought 2023 was crazy with as many events as there was. Just wait until Thursday of PRI and we have a Drag and Drive Awards show. Now, I'm not saying the show is going to be wild and crazy and all this stuff. We've only got an hour and we've only got a small room, but this is groundbreaking stuff here. Nobody's ever done this. They do NHRA does awards, IHRA, WDRA, everybody does an award show, a banquet. Midwest Drag Race Series does a banquet because we're doing this award show at PRI. So if you're going to be there, put this on your calendar. We are in room 209 in the Gray Hall, I think. Gray Hall. I don't know. It's room 209, Conference Center 209. That's where we're going to be. Thursday morning, 11 a.m. Plan to be there. We're going to live stream, even if it's from my phone and I'm holding it in my hand. Okay. I'm working through all of that. This setting up that kind of stuff has been intense this week. I've probably spent 4 or 5 hours just trying to figure out how to get cocktail tables in that room. No joke. I mean, I've spent a ton of time on the website trying to figure it out because they keep trying to send them to our booth. And dude, we don't need 20 30-inch tall cocktail tables at our booth. You know what I mean? So our booth, number 4746, guys, this that Eric is holding up right here, this is special. This is the only time you'll be able to get this sticker right here is at PRI 2023. So this is our one of my favorites. Hashtag race car friends decals. Come by the booth. The first 100-ish, I would say,
Yep.
guests every morning are going to get that decal. Come by, take a selfie. Let's get a picture. We're going to have a little spot set up. We can take pictures and stuff in there. We're going to be, oh man, I hate to use Wes Buck's thing, but we're going to be spreading the gospel of Drag and Drive. I'm telling you, we're going to be preaching to people that come by. I'm going to look like a Bible salesman out there trying to sling some Drag and Drive information to all of these. I would say racers. That's typically what attends PRI is someone that is it's not SEMA. This is PR. This is a performance racing industry trade show. These are folks that are just like us. So if you haven't put it on your schedule, plan to. You've got to at least try and come for a day of PRI. If you are anywhere with it, it's worth a 300-mile drive one way to go to PRI. We've done it several times. We're at booth number 4746. So
Yep, I'm
see
super
ya.
excited about this one.
Yep.
This is my third year going, and
Yep.
literally since that first year, I don't think that this will ever not be on my list as long as it's still an indie.
Yep. I do want to say thank you to Adam Green. He is going to help us at the booth as well. So you can come by, you can see me, you can see Eric, you can see Adam, who's competed in at least 3 drag and drives, maybe 4 this year. Stephen Narks, my brother, he's going to be there helping us with the booth. So it's going to be a great time. This is going to be a good event. And again, where we're at is there's still a lot of high traffic area around there, and I'm hoping that the community of racers that are there will make their way to us and then also allow us to introduce to a lot more people. Now, there are some times where Eric and I will be gone because we have some obligations to sponsors to go and do a meet and greet at their booth and stuff for an hour or two, something like that during the weekend. But if we're not there, just hang out for a few minutes. We'll be right back. Danny Fack is asking if it's open to the general public. No, you do have to be a PRI member, or I think you can do it on Saturday. I think I know there's a lot more people on Saturday that are more general public type folks. If you,
I believe if you go online and you can register to be a PRI member, I think the donation's $40 a year to become an actual PRI member.
yep, and then that's how you get in because then you get free entry into the event. So great cause, great setup there, dude. We've spent 24 minutes on events. We got to go.
I know.
This episode's going to be long today. Get ready, sit down,
Well, we
pour another
started a
cup of
couple
coffee.
minutes late.
Well, I know, but we've talked about events for a long time. So start another pot of coffee and let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Can I enter through another member? I don't know. We're out of spots for our booth. We get 3 allotted spots, and or sorry, we get 4 allotted spots, and we're out. So I don't know if you can or not. I mean, it'd still be $40 because you'd have to do that.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Perfect. Let's
So
let's let's
200
go.
KSS says anyone can sign up to be a PRI member. It's $40, and yes, you can do it online. You do not have to be in the industry.
Perfect. Yep, that's awesome. And again, PRI is the same company that has SEMA, or SEMA owns them. So there's a lot of other folks, or there's a lot of other reasons to be a member there. The RPM Act, they've fighting that for years.
And the show is awesome, but even after the show, there's a ton of fun things to do. So
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
scooter
hot rodders
races and
basically, yeah, hot rodders basically take over Indianapolis, so it's pretty awesome. And dude, I didn't know they have a go-kart race set up for Thursday night, so we may have to ease over and do that in the Lucas Oil Stadium. So it's going
yes,
to be kind of fun. We're going to be running around tons of content from that as well. All right.
and they got simulators, racing
Yep.
simulators somewhere this year too. So
Yep.
it's just going to be a blast. All right.
It's going to be wild. All right. Sweet Patina, built for Drag and Drive. Guys, I cannot thank Sweet Patina enough. They sponsored the Built for Drag and Drive because they believe cars should be driven the way they drive their 57 Chevrolet wagon to every state in the continental US. That's right, 48 states, 57 Chevrolet wagon. It's got a 6-liter 4L80. This car is built for Drag and Drive. But they didn't do that just because they want to have fun and drive around all the country. They do that because they sell products to take care of Patina cars. Let's move this. You can see the 57 there in the back. Guys, t-shirts. These roof mounts, I'm getting them for the old truck. I'm telling you, I think that's the way to go. It looks super cool. But they can put on anything that has a drip rail. They can be mounted onto that. And a really cool story that Blake told back when he was on the show several months ago, probably almost a year ago now. But you can see they've got t-shirts, they've got products, they've got all kinds of garage art, banners, all that kind of stuff that's going on there. So make sure you are shopping at sweetpatina.com for anything. If you're looking for that special gift for your hot rodder, this is a good spot to stop. My favorite item they offer is the TKO hand cleaning wipes, waterless wipe, smell good, don't ruin your hands, and can clean your tools and everything. We use them all the time at Steven's shop out at Narcoleptic Customs. Guys, 10% off. Please use the code DND57, sweetpatina.com, 10% off. All right, let's talk about their feature of the week. This week, one of my favorite people, I know that's second or third time we've said one of my favorites, but guys, Dustin and Don Cottle are some of the coolest people that I know, right? And Dustin built the Chevy Love truck. Unlovable is what he calls it. You can find it on Facebook. Please follow it there. He has competed now at Death Week. This is his sixth, one, two, three, four, five, sixth drag and drive of 2023 in this truck. It is insane. His dad, Don, is his co pilot. Y'all, this is a really cool story. Love those guys. They're always super nice. They're always welcoming when I go over there and try and talk to them about what they've got going on this week. The truck was literally built for drag and drive. It's got a 5.3 in it, custom cam setup. It's got VS Racing 7875 turbo on it. It's got a Tick Performance air to water intercooler, and they swap between a 4L80 and a Turbo 350 with a gear vendor because Dustin has another Chevy Love truck at home with a supercharged small block in it that he also races. So, depending on which transit, like this is truck number one, depending on how fast they need to go to be competitive in their class, will depend on which transmission's in the truck and which one's running and which one they take, right? So 4L80 or a Turbo 350 with a gear vendor. It's Ford 9-inch out back, 370 gear, typically runs a 295 tire. And this truck is set up with a 4-link in the back, which puts them generally in like a modified class for most of the races that we see. It's all run on Holly Terminator X. This truck's been a best of 917, which is almost a second and a half faster than when we first met them 3 or 4 years ago at Race Week. So the truck just keeps getting faster. He got his NHRA license and has just absolutely turned the truck up this year. So it's been awesome. He went 917 at Sick Week, ended with a 929 average at Sick Week. That's been his best finish of the year. Um, One thing that was, I'll go through the list of events that they've attended. They've attended Sick Week, they attended Rocky Mountain Race Week 1.0, which I saw them on the final day. But on day one, they broke the transmission. They broke the Turbo 350 on day one, spun an input shaft. drove 500 miles, 480 something miles home from Kearney, towing the truck, changed the transmission from a turbo 350 with a gear vendor to the 4L80, drove back to Kearney to make exhibition passes on Friday because Rocky Mountain Race Week offers money to the fastest exhibition driver. So they drove back to Kearney on Friday to get that. Okay. Took that money home with them. Obviously, did not pay for the trip to drive 2,000 miles to race for 2 days. Okay. They've done two King of the Open Road this year, two King of the Open Road events, one in Oklahoma City and one in Tucson. So they were in Tucson a couple weeks ago because that event happened in what, September, October, right? So they were
Mhm.
in Tucson. They drove back home, were home for 2 weeks, then back out for Death Week. And they took the truck. I asked him when I saw them at, where did I see them? I saw them just a couple weeks ago. No, it wasn't a 2.0. Anyways, saw them then. So whenever I saw them last time, and they said that it was at a testing day at Mocan. So not only were they out doing drag and drive stuff, now they're testing at Mocan one night. They said that they went out, they brought the truck home because they wanted to do some more testing, which is why they were at the 301 streetcar shootout. That's where I saw them. I've been to the track too much this year. And then
No,
yeah, well, probably not enough, really, to be honest. And then so they did all that back out there. They're 1,300 miles in to Death Week right now. So pretty intense. Congratulations to them. They are also intending to attend the King of the Open Road on November 17th, like I said earlier. That will give them 7 events this year because they have also competed in the circuit event, which is our event from 2023. So pretty crazy. That's 7 events for 2023. I cannot. I hope you guys are giving them claps in the comments and chat there. It's pretty crazy. I started kind of doing the math on. I was running a Google Maps, and I should have saved the screenshot of it. But I had figured more than 9,000 miles, like 9,024 miles, just in Google Maps, just to get to the events that they have competed in this year.
that's crazy.
9,000 miles just to get there. Plus, I would think they've probably driven that truck more than 3,500 miles in competition this year. So I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it's more. So we're definitely going to have Dustin on the show very soon. I've got to make a trip to Tulsa. I want to get you guys kind of a rundown of the whole setup there. You know, they do all of this out of a 2-car garage with 2 Chevy Love trucks, the trailer, and all that kind of stuff. So
And
pretty.
both of them were at the circuit, right? If I remember,
Yeah, both
both
trucks were at the
trucks.
circuit. Yep. So pretty crazy. And his brother Matt actually drove the secondary truck at uh at the circuit. Just I say the secondary truck, the not fastest truck, which is what started all of this for Dustin. He actually built the first truck and then went wild with this one here. So pretty cool. If you don't follow them, you need to. It's Unlovable, UNLUVABLE on Facebook. Like you've got to go follow that. It's really, really a cool follow. And they do a ton of stuff, obviously all around. But then, to drag race that much on drag and drive events, but then also to be at the track as often as they are. I mean, these guys are built for drag and drive. So I'm proud to say they are my friends. I'm proud to say that is one of my favorite teams in all of drag and drive, and obviously the truck. I'm a huge fan of small vehicles, big motors, going fast. So low 9 second stuff. The cage is started to 850, so I'm sure he's consistently turning it up. The great thing about Dustin is he really does focus on trying to make the truck a little faster each time and not just go wild, and not, he doesn't want to hurt it, obviously. So, but if he does, I mean, he's not scared to drive 1,000 mile round trip from Tuesday to Thursday and swap a complete transmission over to get it going. So, anyways, I want to say thanks again to Sweet Patina for sponsoring the Built for Drag and Drive segment. They were the first company to give us our chance and support us monetarily, so we certainly appreciate them. And again, guys, DND 57 is your 10% off code at checkout. Please use that on sweetpatina.com. You can see on this picture here the garage banners, they've got stickers, and of course, shirts and other products. but not just products to keep, your shirts and stuff clean, but products to keep your car looking right. So thank you very much to them. I hope that you guys all will order some stuff from them and support what they do so they can support us. All right. That is your Built for Drag and Drive segment for October 28th.
All right. So real quick, we're gonna thank one more of our sponsors. We're gonna thank Molly, and then we're gonna jump into the Howard's Cam comedy segment.
Molly Motorsports is the official piston of DragOnDrive.com. Molly's Power Pack piston is the perfect candidate for your drag and drive car. Molly Motorsports competes in drag and drive events and supports our community. Project manager Eric Grillo raced a 10-second stick shift Nova at Hot Rod Drag Week 2022. He's also competed in Rocky Mountain Race Week last year with his C10 truck. Visit mollymotorsports.com for the most recent line of products.
Yes.
All right, and thanks to Destroyer, he's our voice actor for that one, who is going to be at SEMA here very shortly with his product. So super cool for him.
Yep.
All right, where our hard hitting 30 minutes is a little behind, so we're gonna jump
We're
in
over.
here.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our Howard's Cam comedy segment again. Thanks Howard's Cam for jumping on board and sponsoring this segment. All of these memes from today are from our Drag and Drive Addicts group. So I posted a meme Monday a week ago, and these are the submissions from the members in that group. So me headed into the garage to crush a 30-minute install, and then me 6 hours, 4 Red Bulls, and 3 thrown wrenches later, contemplating selling my truck.
100%.
We've
I've
all
I've
been
lived
there.
I've lived that life.
Yes. Which goes perfect right into the next one. There's me looking in the backyard for that wrench that I just threw over the house.
Yep. Yep.
So those two played very well together. That was fun to do that. Me finally making a good pass down the track with no issues. And then number 6 piston rod packing its bags and reserving a flight.
That's awesome.
Yep. Which also leads into this one, me buying the best of the best parts for my car and my car for absolutely no reason.
Yeah. Yep. Stop making that noise.
Which leads into another one. I hate this car. This is the best car ever. I should buy something more practical. I'm never selling it. There's always something wrong with it. I love working on it. What the fuck is that noise? I hate this car.
Yep. Yep. 100%. I've been that same thing, and it's been in 2 miles.
Yeah. Right. Right. Me explaining to the homie that putting 10K into a 3K car isn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's for, yeah, oh, 100%. This is my therapy. This I don't have to pay therapy if I do that.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you that the Fox body was a 3K car when I got it. Oh, these ones always make me laugh. I like
Ooh.
it slow. Yeah, I know. I saw your
Ooh.
944.
Ooh,
Ouch.
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 Ouch. That hurts a little bit.
Yes. Guys that degree camshafts. And then also guys that line up the dots on the sprockets and send it.
Yep. You mean you're
Which
supposed
one
to
which
create
one
it?
are you?
I'm a dot dude.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, here's the thing, like, the LS has put that dowel rod those dowel rod holes in there to hold the lifters up for a reason.
Yep.
Like, you gotta get all fancy.
100%. NHRA tech guy, you have lap belts and a cage and no cage. What's this car run? And me with a big block and enough nitrous to send a rocket into orbit. 13s.
Yeah. I've been kicked out of nicer places than this.
Yep. And that is it for our Howard's Cam comedy segment. Again, I want to thank Howard's Cam for coming on board and everybody in the Drag and Drive Addicts group that posted those memes so that we could show those all today.
Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. And again, guys, all of everybody that supports us in any way, we're over 14,000 people, members in the Facebook addict group, in the Drag and Drive Addicts group. That's awesome to me. I mean, there's a ton of conversations going on there all the time. So if you have a question about an upcoming drag and drive event or what to do for a drag and drive, I think that's we get a lot of those. Hey, what's everybody's preference on this kind of stuff? That's always a great group to start with. And 14,000 people, that's a lot, man.
Yeah, and we
So,
just got caught up on everybody that asked to join the group. That was
yeah,
intense. One of our only rules is no for sale items, so please don't
yep,
come in and post items for sale. That's what we have racing junk for.
yep, that's exactly right. And the reason we do that is um, we don't want that to clutter up all of the technical stuff that's in there, but also you can see it, and we see it here with a lot of the folks that are sharing stuff across the board. If you're not going to write anything that is relative to the community, that share that you're making into the group probably isn't going to get seen anyways from Facebook. So I don't know. We got GB's Garage here asking, has anyone done King of the Open Road, Texas? This is the first time they've done that. I've attended several King of the Open Road. They are a blast. I highly recommend it. But this is the first time they've done one at the Texas Motorplex. So should be pretty cool. I know Jared is awesome at putting the routes together and all that kind of stuff. So um, and guys, just want to say thanks to everybody supporting us on YouTube. We crossed 5,000 subscribers on YouTube this week, so it's pretty awesome. We're actually up 27 from yesterday, so that's
That's
pretty
crazy.
pretty cool. Yeah, we are definitely getting some traction over there. And then I see GB's Garage is here, drag and drive sort of. Yes, it we would count that as a drag and drive. It doesn't count towards our regional uh like standings
Points.
and ratings and things like that, just simply because it's you don't drag race and then drive and then drag race again for your to set an average, which is what wins classes. That's how we consider a drag and drive. But it is a blast, and it brings a lot of people. They have 200 spots available and typically sell out. So this is the first time they've ventured into Texas. So if you haven't done it yet, you need to jump on to kingoftheopenroad.com and find more information there, or find the King of the Open Road Facebook page and see how you sign up for that at that event. All right, dude, 42 minutes on an episode that could be 30. I rambled a little bit, so I want to say thanks to everybody that has stuck it out. We appreciate you guys hanging out, and we'll see you Wednesday night. I don't even remember what the date is, the second, and then on Thursday. My brother and I are on with Adam Dory, so we're gonna have a lot of fun this week. We're gonna talk drag and drive cars.
Yep. Wednesday will be the first for our
First,
show, and then the
yep,
second will be you and Steven on the Adam Dory podcast.
perfect. 8 p.m. Eastern on both of those, I think. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. We'll see you
Yep.
soon.
See ya.